Hey, Jason. Considering all of the talent on this team, just how much easier is it for you to just sort of find a flow and let the game come to you like it did today, obviously?
Um, there's a benefit to playing with other great players. It makes the game easier. Everybody that on the floor that has a really high IQ that can play the game at an extremely high level. Um, it just makes the game easier for one another.
And just how did you feel at halftime going into that third quarter? Just what sort of clicked for you?
Felt good. Knew that myself and us as a team, we just had to pick up the intensity a little bit. It was kind of close in the first half, and to get some more stops, and that we'd be able to get out in transition. Get it up to guys, and just have guys make plays.
Thanks.
Next up is Tim Reynolds, and then we will go to Nick McCarville.
Thanks, Craig. Hey, Jason. Um, Vegas seems like a year ago already, kind of. Was you guys' confidence ever shaken after those first couple games? And if it was, or even if it wasn't, how would you sort of describe the level of confidence you guys have collectively right now?
No, our confidence never wavered. We understood that it wasn't going to be easy. We didn't have our full team until 4 days ago, 5 days ago. So we knew that we had a lot of challenges ahead of us. And we also knew that we would continue to get better every day. We would get better from each game, each practice. Just the more time that we spent together, we were never going to be the same team from day one that we are now. And, hopefully we're better this time next week than we were today.
Kind of an off-topic one to follow up. I know you guys were at the women's game yesterday. There's just not a lot you can do here, obviously. There's just not a lot of places you can go. It's not a normal Olympics in that regard. It's the way of the world right now, but do you feel shortchanged at all that you can't go watch Simone, or you can't go to swimming, or you can't, do much of anything that past Olympians have been able to do?
Yeah, it is for sure is a different experience, especially for the guys like myself, who was their first time at the Olympics, and would love to be able to experience all the different type of events. But like you said, it just is what it is right now. Hopefully next time it'll be a lot different.
Thank you, Jason.
Next up is Nick McCarville, and then we'll go to John Corrales.
Jason, hi. Thanks for your time. Big night, obviously, for you, but also for KD. Becomes the all-time leading scorer for U.S. men at the Olympics. What sort of leadership have you seen from him, and just the legacy that he's been able to build with the U.S. Olympic team over the years?
Yeah, it's amazing to see. It's amazing to watch. That's a huge accomplishment if you just think about all the great players, all the Hall of Fame players that put this uniform on, and be at the top, to have that scoring title. I've young enough to remember, the 2016 and 2012 team that he was on, and now to be able to play in the Olympics on the same team as him and other guys like Draymond, who've been through this before. It's really cool, honestly, because I can remember being in high school and middle school, watching those guys and, saying one day I'm gonna be on the Olympic team, and to share the court with these guys makes it all that much better.
Thanks.
John Corrales, you're up, and then we'll go to Josh Coyne.
Thank you. Jason, you had struggled over the past couple of games there. You started to get going at the end of the Iran game. What do you attribute your early struggles to?
I don't know. New environment, new basketball, different style of basketball that, the rules are different. Playing, a new team, that's a lot of things, but I was never worried, never concerned. I know that, the shots will fall eventually and start to feel good about yourself. It's just basketball.
Do you find yourself getting into some of those old NBA habits that aren't working in the Olympics? How hard is it to break some of those things?
I mean, yeah, it's different. From everything that we can't call a timeout to how you sub into the game and the amount of fouls. It's just a different style of basketball that, you can knock the ball off the rim, forget about that sometimes. And it's all a learning process.
All right, thank you.
Josh Cohn, you're up, and then we'll go to Joe Barton.
Hey, Jason, Josh Coyne, Double Clutch UK. I'm not sure if you've seen on Twitter, but a lot of fans are getting excited by Kevin's comments post-game about you eventually overtaking him and his new Olympic scoring record. What would that mean to you personally if you were able to achieve that?
I got a long way to go. But, it's a respect thing between myself and him. And obviously, the win was extremely important, but, acknowledging the fact that, it's a big time accomplishment for him to be the all-time leading scorer. And, records are meant to be broken.
And secondly, where do I get that T-shirt?
I don't know. It was a gift. It was a gift to myself. Someone gave me. I'm sure they got a website or something.
Cool. Thank you.
Joe, you're up, and then we'll go to Fago Franklin.
Hey, Jason. I'm on a bus. There's only been a handful of 30-point games in Team USA Olympic history. Did you know that you were sitting there at 27, and were you looking for one?
Yeah, I shot 2 deep threes in the last 30 seconds, and everybody was telling me to shoot it to get 30. I tried.
Hell, if you'd have made both of those, it'd have been the second highest game in Team USA history. I think the first is 37. The other thing I want to know is how much more are you practicing as a team this time than in 2019? And it sounds so obvious, but how much of a difference do you think that's making?
Yeah, I guess practice is about the same. Last time I only got to play 2 games, I think, once the tournament actually started. So I was on the sidelines watching practice most of the time, but practice is helpful, especially when the 3 guys, came over late, just trying to, be on the floor with each other as much as we can. It can only help us.
Fago, you're up, and then we'll go to Alex Seca.
Hey, Jason. It seemed like you settled in the second half. What sparked your offensive flow?
Getting stops. The game just started to open up. The more stops we got, the more we got to run in transition and get easy looks. The easier the looks get, the more the game starts to open up for everybody. And, we find the right guy, make the right play, knock it down.
And my last question is, what did you like about Zach LaVine's play on both sides of the ball today?
Yeah, Zach has been great, especially on the defensive end. Just his activity and energy. Everybody got to do something a little different that not normally used to. I guess picking up full court. We just all got to bring something to the table.
Thank you, JT.
Alex, you're up next, and then we'll go to Brian Colbert.
How you doing, Jason? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, man, congratulations on your win today. In tonight's game, you scored more points than you did your last 2 games. Can you just talk about the difference in training and coaching that went to today's game that differed from the last 2?
Nothing was different. Just make some more shots, starting just getting more comfortable each and every day, each and every game. The mindset is always the same. It's still adjusting.
Brian Colbert, you're up, and then we'll go to Danny Thompson. We got quick time for about 3 more questions.
Jason, how's it going, man? Brian Colbert here. How tough has it been adjusting to the role of being a go-to guy surrounded by go-to guys? Some games you might need to score 30 points. Other games, they might not need you to do much scoring at all. How hard has that been for you when you're used to just being 30, 40 points a night?
It's not hard. I think it takes some pressure off, just knowing that you got guys to your left and your right that are capable, of doing things like that. And I mean, we all knew when we signed up to come together that, it wasn't going to be our normal role on, our teams. But with the mindset of, all that matters is that we come together and win a gold medal. It's not going to matter how many points you score, how many shots you got. You came together in a short period of time. You sacrificed time from your family and your summer, to accomplish something special.
Danny Thompson, you're up, and then we'll go to Rafiq Louison.
Jason, Danny Thompson with a 3-point conversion. Congratulations on the win tonight. Differences in international play compared to the NBA. The 3-point line is a lot closer. Because that 3-point line, because it's a little bit closer than it is in NBA.
Danny, you were breaking up pretty bad. Can you repeat the question?
Jason, can you hear me?
Yes.
Jason, Danny Thompson with a 3-point conversion. You mentioned one of the changes about the international game is the 3-point line. Because it's closer than the NBA 3-point line, do you get more tempted to shoot more 3-pointers because the line is a bit closer?
I guess. I think part of it is that you can really pack the paint in international. There's no 3 seconds violation on defense. So everybody's just kind of in the paint. But, you still got to move the ball around, shift the defense. You can't just come down because it's closer and just shoot, a 3 every time. You still got to play basketball.
Rafiq, you're up. And then our final question will go to Mark Murphy.
This is Rafi with nothing but that sports talk. Congratulations on the win and making it to the knockout rounds. I just want to ask you, you've been involved with so much conference finals appearances. Now you play through the exhibitions and the Olympics games in the preliminaries. How much will the Olympics elevate your basketball career going forward?
I think that, taking time out of your summer to come, play on the team with, some of the best players in the world, practice with them every day, compete, play on the floor, can only make you better. When you surround yourself with great players, it only elevates you, elevate your game, to get better and prepare for your, I guess, your next upcoming season.
And just a quick follow-up, since you guys don't know who you're going to be playing in the knockout rounds, how you plan to study all those teams accordingly?
Watch the games. That's what we do every day. Can't really go anywhere, so we sit, we eat meals together and watch the games. In our meal room. So it won't be any different.
Thank you for your time.
Final question, Mark Murphy.
Hey, Jason, just off topic for a moment. The Celtics were pretty active yesterday in the trade market. How closely have you been able to stay in touch with them and what their day-to-day operation has been like? And what's your impression of Brad Stevens so far running the personnel operation?
Yeah, I saw everything. I've been talking to Brad a little bit. Kind of keeping me updated on, things that they're thinking about and things like that. But, Brad's really busy and, those guys and Wick and Pags, they got, they're got a job to do and, a lot of things to figure out. So, I'll be back, when it's time to be back. But, I trust Brad and, he'll figure it out.